In this guide, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about heat tools, from the ideal iron temperatures for your hair type, as well as if the highest quality of tools is actually worth it for you as a consumer, or if you'd be better off just going with one of the cheaper alternatives. Welcome back. I'm Laura, I'm a hairstylist, and I'm dedicated to giving you guys the best tips and tricks so that you can make every day a good hair day. And in this guide, I'm gonna talk all about blow dryers, irons, and thermal brushes. Since no head of hair is created equally, it's important to understand that the iron that your coworker uses might not be the best iron for you. We all have different hair types that will do better in different situations. So throughout this video, I'm gonna give you a breakdown of what tools are gonna be best for what situation. Now, I'm gonna link all of the products and tools that I talk about today in the description below. So first, let's talk about the different plate types when it comes to irons. So irons come in a variety of materials, and your choice of plate should be dependent on your hair type. Now, the best iron types for fine or fragile hair are ceramic and ceramic tourmaline. So ceramic irons work well for smoothing the hair and distributing the heat. They are more gentle on the hair, and they're generally very affordable. Ceramic tourmaline plates are ceramic plates that are infused with the gem tourmaline. These are a little bit higher grade than the traditional ceramic plates because tourmaline neutralizes the ions a little bit better. This is gonna help fight against frizz. And the best iron types for thick, coarse, and long hair are titanium plates. Now, titanium is a light metal that will hold on to the heat a little bit better than ceramic will. So as you're moving the iron down the hair, the heat is gonna stay in the iron better and not get lost in the hair. With ceramic plates, by the time you get to the ends, you may have lost a lot of the heat. So you're gonna have to go over the hair more times. So for long or thick hair, you're gonna need an iron that's gonna hold onto the heat even better all the way through the ends of the hair. And that's gonna be titanium. But I have found that these irons can be a little bit too harsh for fine or thinner hair types. So I typically only recommend these if you do have a stronger hair type. All right, next, let's talk about thermal protection. So long ago, before I went to cosmetology school, I had never heard of a thermal protectant before. I also don't think that the iron I was using even had a temperature setting on it. I wound up with breakage all up my hair strand, particularly right here at the top. My hair became so frizzy that I couldn't not iron it. But in reality, ironing is what was causing the damage to my hair. So please, let me help you not make the same mistakes that I did. So no iron should ever touch your hair without using a thermal protection on it. This is one of the most common reasons for breakage. And the bad thing about thermal damage is that it's not just on the ends of your hair, but it travels all the way up your hair strand. Using heat tools can also pull your color right out. The hair gets burned, and if you pay money to have your hair colored, you really should not be ruining it with a hot iron without a thermal protectant. I also want to point out that blow drying your hair is a lot better for it than ironing it. So if you're gonna do one or the other, definitely go with blow drying. Blow drying the hair is indirect heat, so it's much gentler on the hair than the direct hot heat from the metal plates on your iron. Now, I recommend using a leave-in conditioner thermal protectant before you blow dry your hair, as well as a spray thermal protectant before you iron it. My favorites are linked in the description below. All right, now let's talk about what temperature you should be using your irons at. Now, the temperature is one of the most important factors when it comes to ironing your hair. So this means you'll want to purchase an iron that has an actual temperature gauge rather than just on and off or high and low. I don't even recommend irons that go from 1 to 10 because we don't know what temperature 5 is, and you need to know what temperature you're using on your hair. So the temperature you use is really dependent on the texture of your hair, the condition, the color, and how fast your passes are that you're making. So for fine, bleached, or heavily processed hair, you'll want to use your iron from 280 to 360. Now for medium textured or color treated hair, you should use your irons between 300 and 390 degrees. And for coarse and virgin hair, you should use your iron between 360 and 410 degrees. Now notice, most irons go all the way up to 450, and I didn't mention that at all. In my 18 years in the hair industry, I never once needed to use an iron all the way to 450. Not one time on any client. If you're finding that you're needing to use a higher temperature, I recommend taking smaller sections, making slower passes, or getting a new iron. All right, now let's talk about brands for a minute. So there is actually a pretty big difference in buying a high quality tool and a low quality tool. Buying low quality tools are risky because you're putting your hair at risk for a lot more damage. They're more cheaply made, they're made with cheaper parts, they may not have accurate temperature settings, as well as the plates are gonna be made out of cheaper metal. Now, this certainly doesn't mean that you need to buy the top of the line tools out there, but for general use at home, I recommend buying a lower grade iron, but always from a professional or a reputable brand. As an average consumer, you do not need to buy the best of the best tools for your hair at home. You're using it once a day, if that, on yourself. Whereas hairstylists are gonna need the top of the line tools because we're using them all day, every day on all different hair types. What's important for you is that your tools will not damage your hair, they'll perform well, and they'll last for a long time without needing to be replaced. Now, throughout this video, I'm gonna talk about my 4 favorite brands when it comes to heat tools. But just because it's not in this video doesn't mean that it's not a good product or a reputable brand. I've just narrowed this down to my personal favorites that I'm sharing with you. And this is giving you a variety of different options based on what your budget is. Now, the 4 brands that I'm gonna recommend throughout this video are Dyson, Shark, FHI, and Amika. And I want to mention that while you can find other lower quality brands out there, products like the Revlon blowout brush have been known to cause a lot of damage to the hair because they're made with cheaper material plates. This is why I'm giving you this guide, just so you can make your best educated decision. All right, so first let's talk blow dryers. So when it comes to blow dryers, keep in mind that the cheaper dryer that you buy, the longer it's gonna take to dry your hair. Using a higher quality dryer can actually cut your dry time in half compared to a lower quality dryer. Now, better quality dryers also contain negative ions that will reduce frizz and static. And the higher wattage on the dryer, the more powerful it is and the faster it's gonna dry your hair. I also want to note that purchasing an all-in-one tool like the Air Wrap that has the blowout brush, the curler, and the dryer attachments is not likely going to dry your hair as quickly as a standalone dryer will. This is similar to those all-in-one kitchen products like a crock pot and toaster oven. It's not gonna work as well as a standalone crock pot or a standalone toaster oven will. But it can save you from having to buy multiple different tools. So these are just some things to consider. Now, in my opinion, Dyson takes the cake when it comes to dryers. Their technology is pretty unmatched. The dryers themselves don't actually have vents in the back, so it's impossible to get your hair stuck in it if you've ever had that happen before. Now, while they are top tier quality, they are very expensive. For me as a stylist, it was definitely worth it to invest in this dryer, but for the average consumer, it's iffy. Now, Dyson does have a really great warranty and their dryers last for a really long time. So if you've found yourself replacing dryers very frequently, then it might be time to invest in a higher quality one like Dyson. And with Dyson, you have the option for a standalone dryer, an Air Wrap combo, or a straightening blow dryer. All right, now this dryer is worth it to you if you have a ton of hair, you need a dryer that dries your hair very quickly, you want it to eliminate frizz, you want it to last you a long time, you aren't on a tight budget, you dry your hair pretty regularly, or you're looking for an all-in-one tool. Now, the Dyson dryer is likely not worth it to you if you have very thin hair, your hair already dries pretty quickly, frizz isn't an issue for you, you're on a tight budget, or you won't be using it that often. Now, if you love the idea of purchasing a Dyson, but the price is making you feel defeated, you're gonna love the Shark. Shark is Dyson's #1 competitor, and they're very high quality, but for a fraction of the price. And just like Dyson, you have the option for a standalone dryer, an Air Wrap combo, or a blow drying straightener. So Shark is gonna be best for you if you need the benefits of the Dyson dryer, you may have thick, frizzy hair and dry it often, the Dyson is just too much for you to spend, or you're looking for an all-in-one tool. All right, moving on to FHI blow dryers. Now, I've been using FHI Heat Tools since the very beginning of my career as a hairstylist in 2007, and I still use some of their tools today. Now, I've linked 2 different FHI dryers to choose from. These are gonna be even more easy on your wallet than the Shark dryers are. At the time of filming this video, the FHI dryers I've listed in the description are both under $100. So FHI dryers are best for you if you have thinner hair, you're looking for a very lightweight dryer, or you're on a budget. All right, now let's talk about the best flat irons out there. Now, for me personally, I normally go with a 1-inch iron because it's the standard size and works for most people. But they do do make irons that are skinnier than 1 inch, and those are better for shorter hair or extremely curly hair types because you're able to get closer to the scalp. And irons that are larger than 1 inch are going to be better for longer hair types. This is because it's going to help the iron to hold the heat as it works its way down to the end. Now keep in mind that you can still curl or wave the hair with any size iron. It just may change the shape a little bit. A smaller iron is going to produce a tighter curl, and a wider iron is going to produce more of a wave or a bigger curl. Okay, so first let's talk about Dyson. Again, these irons are pretty unmatched, and they really are just the top of the line. Now, the Dyson flat iron is going to be best for you if you have long hair, you want a cordless iron, you plan on curling your hair with the iron, you want an iron that's going to last you a really long time, and you don't have a tight budget. The Dyson flat iron is not going to be worth it for you if you have very short hair, you have fine and thin hair, you don't plan on curling with it, you're on a tight budget, or you don't mind having a cord. All right, now Shark doesn't make flat irons that don't double as a blow dryer, so we're gonna move on to Amika. Now, Amika makes my absolute favorite iron, and this is the iron that I used behind the chair as the stylus. This iron has titanium plates that also have an infrared light inside of them. Now, the infrared light helps to reduce frizz. And the Amika iron is going to be best for you if you have long hair, you have frizzy hair, or the Dyson is just too expensive for you. All right, and moving on, the FHI flat iron. So the nice thing about these FHI flat irons is they come in multiple different sizes. So if you're looking for a specific sized plate, this is going to be your option. They come in 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/4, or 1 3/4 inch plates. And these plates are made out of ceramic tourmaline, so they are good for fine and fragile hair. And at the time of filming this, their 1/2 inch plate is going for under $100. All right, the FHI irons are best for you if you have curly hair, you have short hair, you have fragile hair, whether it's fine or thin, or if you're looking for a low cost option. All right, let's move on to the best heat tools for curling the hair. So when it comes to curling the hair these days, you have so many different options. You can use your flat iron, a wand, a traditional curling iron, or even a thermal curling brush. Now your choice all depends on what type of curl you're going for, as well as what's easiest for you to do. If you can, I would suggest trying multiple different types of irons and finding what works best for you. Some people do better using wands, while others need to use the Dyson Airwrap, and other times you might just like the shape of the flat iron curl even better. So I recommend experimenting for yourself before making a decision here. Now keep in mind that the smaller size iron that you use, the tighter the curl is going to be. The larger size iron that you use, the looser and more voluminous the curl is going to be. Personally, my favorite way to curl is with a flat iron. For one, because I only need to have one tool, not two. And two, you can really customize the shape of the curl. I'll link my video above where I teach you guys how to curl with a flat iron. All right, let's start off with the Dyson curler. The Airwrap makes it extremely easy for you to curl your hair yourself. It uses air to wrap the hair around the iron. It also contains multiple different attachments, and this can kind of be an all-in-one tool if that's best for you. Now that being said, I personally am not a fan of the way the curl looks from the Dyson Airwrap. I think that it's too big and you really have a hard time customizing it. But again, that's just my personal opinion. All right, the Dyson Airwrap curler is for you if you want an all-in-one tool, you struggle curling your hair with other methods, you don't have a budget, and you should keep looking at other options if you don't like the shape of the curl it produces, you're somewhat skilled with curling with another type of iron, you're on a budget, or if you have really short hair. All right, moving on to the Shark curler. Now, as you can imagine, the Shark curler is going to be very comparable to the Dyson, but at a fraction of the cost. So the Shark curler is going to be for you if you like the Dyson, but you don't like the price, you want an all-in-one tool, and you struggle curling your hair with an iron. All right, moving on to Amika curler. Now, Amika has a few untraditional options when it comes to curling the hair. One of my personal favorites is the 3-rod waver. This creates really beautiful beachy waves. They also have a wand that has multiple different size attachments if you want to customize the shape and size of your curl. So these two Amika curling options are going to be best for you if you're looking for beachy waves instead of curls, you want a wand with a variety of different curl sizes. All right, now let's move on to the FHI hair curlers. Now, if you're looking for a traditional curling iron, FHI should be your choice. Their ceramic barrels come in multiple different size options, from 3/4 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, and 1.5 inches. Now remember, smaller barrels are going to be best for shorter hair and tighter curls. Larger barrels are going to be best for long hair and looser curl. Now at the time of this video, each of these irons are listed on Amazon for less than $100. So the FHI curler is best for you if you want a traditional curling iron, you have short hair, you're on a budget. All right, now let's move on to thermal brushes. So thermal brushes can straighten your hair, curl your hair, and blow dry your hair. These tools are a lot easier to use than sectioning your hair, clipping it up, blow drying it, and ironing it all in multiple steps. And they come in a number of different varieties based on what you're looking for. You can even get a hot brush that just straightens your hair so much faster than it would be to section out your hair and flat iron it piece by piece. All right, so the Dyson blowout brush, we've already talked about this product multiple times. It's got the blow dryer attachment, the blowout brush attachment, as well as the curler attachment. So this Dyson blowout brush is for you if the price isn't an issue, you want an all-in-one tool, you have long hair, and you want the top of the line. But you should keep looking if you have short hair, you're on a budget, or you don't need an all-in-one. And now moving on to Shark. The Shark blowout brush is gonna be best for you if you want an all-in-one tool, you like the Dyson Airwrap, but it's too expensive, and if you have long hair. All right, now let's talk about the FHI thermal brushes. Now, although you can curl with this brush, it's really been designed just to smooth and straighten out the hair. You can do this much quicker than you can by sectioning your hair out piece by piece. You can also use it to flip the hair up or curl it under. Just keep in mind that this brush is meant to be used on dry hair only. It is not a blow dryer. This FHI thermal brush is for you if you're looking for a quick styler, you struggle with using flat or curling iron, or you just don't need an all-in-one tool. All right, and moving on to the Amika blowout brushes. Now, Amika has 3 different options when it comes to their blowout brushes. One is for straightening, one is for volumizing, and one is for curling. The straightening brush also contains an infrared light like their flat iron does. Now, my main recommendation for using these is to allow your hair to dry the majority of the way before going in with the blowout brush. This is gonna save you a lot of time. All right, now these Amika blowout brushes are for you if you want a cheaper alternative to the Dyson and the Shark. You want a heat tool that styles and dries the hair. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Please leave me any other questions that you have in the comment section, and make sure you subscribe if you wanna make every day a good hair day.